Hi, it's Adam, and welcome back to the Board Leadership Series, Executive Education for Nonprofit Boards. This is part 3 of our Skill Building and Activation series, and today we're going to get tactical. We're talking about how to tell a story that actually moves people, not just to care, but to act. I first learned this framework in grad school when I was at the University of Pennsylvania, where I earned my master's degree in higher education administration. And one of the most formative courses that I still think about today is this class called Educational and Social Entrepreneurship. I took it with Dr. Martin Eyrig. He's now a professor at NYU, and he's one of the coolest guys I've ever met. I took that course as an elective at the Wharton School, and it really changed the way that I think about how we scale impact through education and storytelling. Now, this is my own storytelling framework. I've used it across multi-billion-dollar capital campaigns. I've used it in nonprofit boardrooms, and now I'm sharing it with you. So, first point, entertain. Now, not like a performer, but like a human. Start with a moment, start with a feeling, a detail. Grab their attention with something specific and unexpected. Not just, our mission is to reduce housing insecurity among youth. Something like, the first time I walked into the drop-in center, I was offered a slice of pizza by a 17-year-old that I never met. That's your story. That could be the perfect segue into a really powerful story. That's your door opener. The second part is to inform. Now that you have their attention, now that you've pulled on those heartstrings a little bit, make the stakes clear. What's the organization solving? Or what problem is the organization solving? Why does it matter? One line, one fact, one moment of clarity. It doesn't need to be a stat sheet. It just needs to be something that grounds the emotion. Something like 500 people were served at that one event. Just that one event, 500 people. And that little piece of information could be the thing that drives us to our third point, which is to inspire. Because this is where the meaning comes in. What changed because of this story? What's possible now? For example, that same 17-year-old, he's now mentoring others. He said, "This place made me feel like I matter." When you tell that story, it inspires. It's not just data. You're talking about the transformation of another human being, what your organization, what you as a board member helped enable. And that's something that people want to give to. And the fourth thing is to instruct. You invited them into it. Now what's the next step? Now this might sound like, that's why I'm here. That's why I give. And if you're curious, I'd love to tell you more. And here's a way to get involved. Or you say, hey, there's an event next month. I'll save you a seat. Don't leave them just moved, but let them feel like they have a real serious chance at joining you. Basically, just let them feel invited into this cause. Now let's go back. Entertain, inform, inspire, and instruct. This framework, it works in emails, events, conversations, grant writing, because it's just basic structure, not necessarily a script. And when you tell a story with the right rhythm, you don't just share a mission, you give someone a reason to care. So next, we're going to talk about money and how to talk about money. Yeah, we're going to go there, and we're going to assure you that talking about money doesn't have to be awkward.